What's up, y'all? Out here on the trail, and I was thinking, saw a couple comments on my YouTube video with the uneducated economist about how basically all is lost, kind of a fatalistic mindset. And not that I think being Pollyanna serves anybody, like, well, it could be worse, and things are great, and not noticing the problems. I don't think that serves anybody. But I'm reading this book called The White Pill, and it's about the USSR specifically. And if you think things are bad now, the USSR, it was far worse as far as the amount of hope people had. It was never going to end. And he quotes in the book Ronald Reagan, whose basic strategy against the USSR was, we win, they lose. That's what he said. And I think I can fall into this trap of being fatalistic. All hope is lost. Things are going downhill. And that's true. I think you should be aware of the problems to be able to fix them. Sticking your head in the sand does nobody good. But on the other side of that coin is, if you know what the problems are and you preach to people, all is lost, there's no hope, what young person would listen to you and think, oh, okay, I want to follow what you're saying? I think we need to give people actionable steps for themselves and to fight against totalitarianism and people that otherwise would want to take their freedoms away, and educate people, etc. But it has to be a message of hope. It has to be a message of, we're going to win, instead of this fatalistic, like, you crawl into your hole, gather up as much stuff as you can, and try to survive the apocalypse. I don't think that's a narrative that people want to believe in, number one. And number two, it's not the truth. I think we're going to win, right? And even if, Michael Malice talks about this, even if you don't win, what good does it do to be fatalistic? You know, one of the things I teach in my survival course is a will to survive. And I tell people there's a difference between being discouraged and being hopeless. One, if you're hopeless, you take no actionable steps to affect your own survival. You're just accepting death, right? But if you're discouraged, that's okay. You can take those emotions, you can internalize them, think about what you need to do. And yes, I'm discouraged about the direction of our country. I'm discouraged about people's willingness to accept government authoritarianism. But that, to me, means we need to double down on our efforts. And to preach to people, well, all is lost and the country's going to hell in a handbasket, so why care? This fatalistic mindset, I think that is hopeless and not just discouragement. So you can be discouraged, understand the problem, but then move on, pick yourself up and think about, how do I affect my circle of influence? How do I become more self-reliant? How do I educate myself more and my kids? And also, to me, I think about some of the reasons in the past that I've been naive or lazy in my thinking when it comes to, government schools are cool and all these government programs that I was kind of indifferent to. I was there once, right? I thought, so what if government controls this, that, or the other? And the last 2 years I woke up. Other people are going to start waking up too as the pain continues. But if they get red-pilled, if there are people that realize, hey, a lot of the things the government's been telling me are not true. If you're out there saying, oh yeah, and by the way, all hope is lost and we're screwed, what are they going to do? They're going to be like, oh, okay, well, why pay attention then? We can actually, it's we the people, right, that can affect change. And if you have no hope, I recommend looking into USSR, how hopeless that scenario was, how totalitarian that government was, how the Stasi acted with the populace, how overbearing the government was. And yet, the USSR fell. So, all hope is not lost. And I think that attitude is self-fulfilling, right? If we have that mindset, like all hope is lost, we can't do anything to affect change, then yeah, all hope is lost, right? I'm kind of speaking to myself here because I can get discouraged, but hope you guys are part of that group that wants to affect change, not just complaining about it, but getting involved in local elections, showing people a better way when it comes to being more self-reliant, less reliant on the government, maybe educating your kids at home or in charter schools, etc. There's a lot of choices we could make to show people a better way. But one of them is not telling people it's hopeless. All right, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll see y'all in the next one. Check out this pretty view. See y'all in the next one.